National League champions Cork got 2, and the Dubs had 1 representative in Paul Flynn.
So let's begin. Winning his first All-Star, the Donegal #1, Paul Durkin.
He's produced memorable feats of goalkeeping in Ulster and Croke Park, and in the process only conceding twice from open play in 7 championship matches.
At right cornerback, it's another Donegal man. From Guidor, it's Neil McGee.
Yeah, back-to-back awards for the 26-year-old. Together with his brother Eamon, he gave Donegal a very solid defensive structure from which they were able to build from the back.
At fullback, Mayo's first All-Star of the night, Ger Cafferty.
Well, Ger took on the challenge of being Mayo's fullback since the 2011 Connacht final, and in 14 championship matches, he's developed into a confident and assured player.
And joining Ger at left cornerback is another Mayo man. From Ballyhaunis, it's Keith Higgins.
Keith was the 2006 Young Player of the Year. He's also the captain of the Mayo hurling team, but best known as one of Mayo's most accomplished defenders.
At number 5, also receiving his first All-Star, another Mayo man, Lee Keegan.
And Lee recovered from a hand injury in the All-Ireland semi-final to play a very full part in the final. Highly regarded within the game, it's his first All-Star.
And at centre half back, it's Donegal's brilliant number 6 from the Four Masters Club, Carl Lacey.
Yeah, now Donegal's most decorated footballer, having previously won All-Stars in 2006, again 3 years later, and another last year.
And joining Carl Lacey at left half back, it's his teammate, Frank McLeod,
who plays the game with a seemingly unquenchable spirit and revelled in the encouragement he was given to go forward this year, and scored a goal and 4 points in the championship.
Now moving on to midfield, it's another Donegal man. From Glenswilly, Neil Gallagher is at number 8.
Neil, who gave his best ever championship performance in this year's semi-final win over Cork and followed it up with another assured display in September's great final.
And joining Neil in the middle of the park is Cork's Aidan Walsh.
Aidan, who was Young Footballer of the Year 2 years ago, and clearly a player Cork are going to be looking to even more in 2013 as they bid to win back Sam and add it to this year's Munster Championship.
Now moving on to the forwards and picking up his second All-Star from the Fingalians Club in Dublin, it's Paul Flynn.
Well, the Dubs may not have retained their title, but Paul retained his excellent form in 2012, continuing to inspire Dublin through the Leinster Championship.
Wearing the number 11 jersey on the 2012 All-Star team, it's Mayo's talisman, Alan Dillon.
6 years after his first award, Alan gets a very deserved second All-Star. He provided the leadership in the absence of Andy Moran, man of the match twice in the last 3 games.
At left half forward and joining a unique list of father and son All-Stars, representing the Kilcar Club, it's Donegal's Mark McHugh.
Yep, like father, like son. His dad Martin was an All-Star winner when Donegal also won Sam, and Mark now gets due recognition after some great displays.
Top of the right and winning Cork's second All-Star of the night, it's Colm O'Neill.
Couldn't play last year with a horrible knee injury, but Colm was quickly back to his sharpest in 2012, scoring 1-3 in the All-Ireland semi-final.
At full forward and winning his first All-Star award, they'll be going mad because it's the second one tonight for Glenswilly. Captain Fantastic from Donegal, Michael Murphy.
At 23, he's led his county to All-Ireland victory in his 6th championship season. He's overcome injury problems, scored that most wonderful goal in the final.
And making up the All-Star 15 is Donegal's prolific goal scorer, Colin McFadden.
Donegal's top scorer, as you say, with 432. From a point where he was considering leaving football, he's come back, he's done really, really well. Best football of his career.
So there you have it, the 2012 GAA GPA All-Star football team.
Of Mayo, gentlemen, congratulations to both of you. First of all, Alan, Mayo almost made it, got to the final, obviously, didn't quite get over the line.
Yeah, I suppose, listen, we started at the start of the year ago, it was win the All-Ireland. But yeah, unfortunately we didn't get over the line. I suppose Donegal on their day played the better style of football, and you know, I suppose on their day we didn't play to our potential, and fair play to Donegal.
Overall, how will Mayo people look at the year?
I suppose there's huge optimism in Mayo. I suppose we're a young team. I suppose under James's guidance, we've progressed the last 2 seasons, and you know, hopefully next year, you know, the goal is to improve as best we can, and I suppose go one step further.
We always think, Alan, I suppose, on television in particular, you know, looking at the big inter-county games, the All-Ireland finals and so forth. Life goes on, matches go on, and you're showing the signs of it here, by the way. I don't know if people can see, but you have a nice little shiner there. Yeah,
I suppose, listen, put me head in the wrong place, the wrong time, and I suppose what you do for your club. But yeah, I suppose, listen, the last 5 weeks, we're back to club action, and it's always enjoyable.
Of course it is. Alan, congratulations again. Michael, many congratulations to you on so many levels, of course. One thing about it, by the way, listen to Jim McGuinness in the interview there saying he's 2 years into his 4. He's looking already at next year and looking for improvement.
Yeah, you know, that's what I think that's what has to be done. You know, there's counties all over the country, you know, and the draw's already done now for the provincial championships, and they're already setting their goals towards next year in ways they can improve their game and try and, you know, fight for that, I suppose, the elusive title, which is the All Ireland, and also the provincial championships. So, as I say, that's where it lies.
Has life settled down in Donegal since?
You know, it's the week after. You know, it was a bit hectic. You know, it was nice to be able to bring the cup around to so many different clubs around the county, and it was a nice experience to do. But as I say, with the draw and everything, you know, taking place after, you know, you have the Tyrone game now to look forward to next year, and that's what we'll look forward to.
All right, lads. Well, listen, congratulations, as I said, to both of you again. That's Michael Murphy, of course, and Alan Dillon.
All right, well, it's now time to present. I haven't seen you since the final. What was it like for you sitting in the stand on that day? Did you get very excited, or were you calm?
A game, you know, I didn't really enjoy it, you know, because there was always this fear of losing, and but it was a fantastic place to be, you know, watching it and taking it all in, like, and there's no doubt about that. It was a great day. I really enjoyed it, you know, and getting involved in the emotion of it all as well. Like, I even shed a tear, like, when the lads came around the field and that. There, it was fantastic. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there are 3 nominees for young football. Cillian O'Connor of Mayo, and I've been handed the envelopes. And the GAA All-Star Young Footballer of the Year is Mayo's Cillian O'Connor.
Cillian's only 20 years of age and twice now winners of this prestigious award. He's a student at St Pat's in Drumcondra, but missed Mayo's county final last Sunday, sadly because of injury. One for the future, Young Footballer of the Year, Cillian O'Connor.
Winning it for a second time in a row.
Yeah, I'm surprised, to be honest. Yeah, but it was a great honour last year to get it, and again this year it's an absolute privilege. So I suppose it's on behalf of the lads that I'm receiving it. So it's a great honour.
You received a bit of an injury subsequently.
I did, yeah. I dislocated my shoulder 6 days after the All-Ireland final in the club game, and I missed out on the club championship final at home, and unfortunately we were beaten. But you know, that's the way it goes, and you just have to get on with it.
Well, we wish you well for next year. Congratulations, winner for a second year in a row, Cillian. Well done to you. Well, now it's time to find out who is this and Frank McGlynn. And the envelope tells us the 2012 Footballer of the Year is Donegal's Carl Lacey.
Carol, the winner of 4 All-Star Awards, and the 27-year-old from 4 Masters in Donegal Town had an immensely successful year. Footballer of the Year 2012.
It's been a fantastic time for you. Which of the players has been the biggest man for celebrating since you won it?
There's a few boys now falling in that category. But I think Neil McGee there he's
doing a good job,
he's doing a great job of it there. He switched the phone off before the All-Ireland final, and I don't think he's turned it on since. And I think tonight's the first night I've seen him since, so you know, I think Neil's the winner there.
Well, it makes a special night, and it crowns a great year for you and the team, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's been a great year. I know the lotto's on at 8 o'clock, and it's 90 million, so we're nearly running to it now as well. So, but it's been a fantastic year, and the boys are enjoying it, and you know, another couple of weeks of celebrations, and we'll get knuckled down then again in the new year.
Well, congratulations to you all. Our Footballer of the Year, Carl Lacey, ladies and gentlemen. And James Skehill from Galway. And the 2012 hurling goalkeeper, the second man from Kinturk in County Cork up here tonight, it's Anthony Nash.
Anthony took his chance with both hands when injury blighted Donal O'Cusack's season. And just who's going to be number one in Cork next year is anyone's guess. They can have a little chat about it. Certainly Anthony has waited a long time to get his big opportunity.
There are 18 nominees for the 6 defensive positions, and the first 9 nominees are Paul Murphy, Kilkenny; JJ Delaney, Kilkenny; Johnny Cohen, Galway; Fergal Moore, Galway; Jackie Tyrrell, Kilkenny; Richie McCarthy, Limerick; Michael Cahill, Tipperary; Kevin Hines, Galway; and Shane O'Neill from Cork. So, the right corner back this year is from Kilkenny, Paul Murphy.
Another tremendously consistent year of flawless full backline play by the 23-year-old Army man, and another All-Star for Paul into the bargain. First of the night for the All-Ireland champions. Now, just how many will the Cats get?
All right, at fullback, the number 3 position goes to another Kilkenny man. It's JJ Delaney from the Fenians Club.
Still the game's top-rated number 3 in the view of the All-Star selectors. JJ's performance in the All-Ireland final replay ensured there would be few doubts this time about who would be champions.
Just one position left in the full back line, and the left corner back All-Star is the Galway captain, Fergal Moore.
Time and again he repelled opposing forces in this year's championship. Fergal's powerful displays encouraged his colleagues as Galway won at Leinster and made impressive strides this summer. Fergal Moore, left corner back on the All-Star team 2012.
All right, let's move on to the half-back line. Again, there are 9 nominees for 3 positions, and the nominees are Brian Hogan of Kilkenny, Brendan Bugler of Clare, Pádraig Marr of Tipperary, David Collins of Galway, Michael Brick Welsh from Waterford, Antonio Gregan from Galway, Tommy Welsh of Kilkenny, Niall Donoghue of Galway, and Kieran Joyce from Kilkenny. And the right half-back position, from Whitegate in County Clare, it's Brendan Bugler.
The right kinds of sounds are beginning to be heard in Clare once again, and Brendan leads the way here with deserved recognition for a year's solid hurling and the promise of more to come. Bet Davy Fitz is happy.
Centre back position is next. The number 6 in the 2012 All-Star hurling team is Brian Hogan.
When he's missing, the gaps are worrying, but with Brian at number 6, Kilkenny have that solid, resolute look, and 2012 was another great year for the O'Loughlin Gaels stalwart. Centre half-back Brian Hogan on this year's All-Star hurling team.
That's 2 big fellas already in the half-back line, well over 6 foot. The third shirt in the half-back line, the number 7 jersey on the 2012 All-Star team from the Liam Mellows Club in Galway, it's David Collins.
David was one of the more experienced heads in this year's Galway lineup, and he responded to the challenge presented and powered the tribesmen to a series of big days in Croke Park. So 2 from Galway, 3 from Kilkenny, none from Tip so far.
We move on to centre field, where there are 6 nominees for 2 midfield positions on this year's team. The nominees are Andy Smith, Galway; Kevin Moore in Waterford; Stephen Malumphey, Waterford; Pa Cronin from Cork; Irla Tanyan, Galway; and Michael Fennelly, Kilkenny. The player who will wear the number 8 jersey on the 2012 All-Star hurling team is from Galway. It's Irla Tanyan.
And who can ever forget Irla's Herculean performance in the drawn All-Ireland final when he led from the front and overcame injury to deliver a performance that few will ever forget. First of the midfielders then, stepping up here, Iarla Tanyan from Galway on the All-Star Hurling Team 2012.
And the second midfield position. It'll go well with a county championship. Joining Ireland in centre field from De La Salle in Waterford is Kevin Moran.
It was the year when Kevin cast aside any doubts and showed the sporting world what a truly versatile hurler he is, with memorable days in Thurles to look back on as winter now approaches. The other midfielder, Kevin Moran.
There are 18 hurling nominees for 6 forward positions on this year's GAA All-Star Hurling Team. The first 9 nominees for the half-forward line are Henry Shefflin, Kilkenny; Cyril Donlan, Galway; Niall Burke, Galway; Patrick Bonner-Marr from Tipperary; TJ Reid, Kilkenny; Pa Burke, Tipperary; Damien Hayes, Galway; Danny Sutcliffe from Dublin; and Richie Parr from Kilkenny. The right half forward on this year's team scored some fine goals. He's from Kilkenny. It's TJ Reid.
Ever the stylist, TJ is fully deserving of every bit of recognition he gets. When in form, there's hardly a finer spectacle than to see the Shamrocks player flick those wrists and turn the game in Kilkenny's favour. On crutches he may be right now, but when in the full of his health, he's a flyer. Coming up to get his right half forward position on the All-Star, just about, TJ Reid of Kilkenny.
We'll mind it for you, TJ. I was watching him in the lap of honour when Kilkenny won. He was behind everybody as well, so I hope he'll be back in good health soon. At number 11, centre half forward in the All-Stars team, it's his 11th All-Star award. From Ballyhale Shamrocks, ladies and gentlemen, Henry Shefflin.
If only for that second almost one-man demolition of Galway in the drawn All-Ireland final, Henry would deserve this honour. But of course, his performance levels hardly dip, and his peers know he's the finest of his generation.
Just one position left in the half-forward line. At number 12, it's a Galway man from Portumna. It's Damien Hayes.
His role was redefined by Anthony Cunningham's management team, and it's to Damien's credit that he adopted accordingly, and more than most inspired his youthful colleagues to reach a first All-Ireland final in 6 years. Left half forward is Damien Hayes of Galway.
All right, then we move on to the full forward line. Again, 9 nominees for 3 remaining positions on our hurling team for 2012. And they are Owen Larkin of Kilkenny, Joe Canning from Galway, Noel McGrath of Tipperary, Patrick Horgan from Cork, John Milan of Waterford, and Tipperary's Brian O'Mara, Richie Hogan of Kilkenny, John Conlon of Clare, and David Burke from Galway. And the number 13 shirt goes to another De La Salle man from Waterford, John Milan.
Ever the crowd pleaser. Even non-Waterford fans have to admit that John is always worth going to see for the consistently outstanding displays, either in the full forward line or occasionally utilised further out the field.
Now, who will fill the full forward position? Plenty of contenders for this jersey. But in the end, there can only be one man, Joe Canning.
His year began with his hand in a sling. However, bit by bit, Joe recovered his full fitness to be the name most associated with Galway's bold attempt to regain the McCarthy Cup. 250 in the championship, and he's only 24 years of age.
Okay, the last spot on the team, and I'm conscious of all the other nominated forwards who are hoping, but the lucky man who gets the final spot at left corner forward, another Galway man from the St. Thomas's Club, it's David Burke.
David becomes the latest Galway player honoured here tonight for the brilliance of his performance in the tribesmen's attack. 6 goals and 6 points this year. His score in the All-Star team, the score is Galway 6, Kilkenny 5. Now there's the discussion point.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the GAA All-Star Hurling Team for 2012. Let's take a more detailed look at it. And as Ger points out, 6 from Galway, 5 from Kilkenny, including Henry Shefflin with that incredible 11th All-Star, historic. We have 2 from Waterford and 1 each from Clare and Cork. Congratulations to our All-Star team.
Canning mentioned there a moment ago, which is interesting. You may have lost the All-Ireland to Kilkenny, but you won the All-Stars battle.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that really makes up for it too much. You know, we'd rather be in their position, I suppose, in September. But no, it's nice for the guys, all right, and it's a great honour for us all. You know,
it's been a epic battle, I suppose you'd call it, in 2012 between yourself and Kilkenny. At the end of it all, how do you reflect on it, Joe?
Yeah, you know, if you said to us at the start of the year, you know, that we'd win a Leinster title and we'd be competing in an All-Ireland, we would have taken it. But at the end of the day, it's one game that counts, and unfortunately, you know, Kilkenny were the better team on the day on our behalf, and fair play to them, you know.
Can you step forward next year?
I don't know. We'll look at the Leinster semi-final first, and we'll take it from there.
All right, listen, Paul, I'm just minded of the fact that 12 months ago here on this stage, your colleague Michael Fennelly described to us in graphic detail, actually, how Brian Cody motivates the team. You had a bit of motivation to do this year after losing the Leinster final.
Yeah, we certainly did. I mean, it was a real defeat to Galway. Like, you know, they really just put it up to us on the day, and we had no answers for them on the day. But you know, I think you have two options. You can really just hang your head and just let the season pass you by, or you can pick it up. I mean, the one thing we said to ourselves that nothing was lost. So we gathered back around. We met in Nolan Park, we trained hard, and we said, look, at least we can give it a stab. The All-Ireland is still there. We really wanted to win the Leinster, but look, that was Galway's for this year. So we pushed on for the All-Ireland, and look, that's all we could do, and our best effort was all we could do.
The defeat you got from Galway in that Leinster final, most teams would have crumbled after that with the weight of it. But you guys didn't. What makes this team special, Paul?
I don't know, to be honest. I think it's great probably in the dressing room to have the experience of the likes of Henry and the likes of Tommy and JJ. Just to be able to stand up in the dressing room. Obviously Brian does the motivation, but at the same time it's great when players can stand up, and I think players did take the lead. Players stood up and they were counted, and okay, it wasn't the usual position for some of them to be in, but you know, that's what it's all about. It's about when you're being knocked to stand up, and they're probably the sweeter victories as well when you do that. So lads really just picked themselves up. Again, we had our backs to the wall, so all you could do was just do your best, and you know, the motivation was done, so we just reflected that on the pitch.
Yeah, well, people, Joe, like Paul, showed the character when it was needed. And also, I suppose, a man sitting behind you there, Henry Shefflin, winning, Henry, the 12th All-Stars this year? 11th, 12th next year. I'm sure, Joe, you want to congratulate him on that.
Yeah, you know, it's a huge honour for Henry himself, and you know, it doesn't come easy, and it just shows the consistency he's had over his career, and you know, hopefully he won't be out for too long, or we might get a chance to win All-Ireland, but you never know. No, obviously it is great, and it's something that you know, everybody kind of strives to when they're a young kid, and you know, I don't think it'll ever be beaten, you know.
Sure. Well, it's going to take some effort. Congratulations to Henry, to the lads behind you, and of course the two of you, to Joe Canning and Paul Murphy. Thanks, lads. Thank you. Thanks.
Kilkenny people. So what does it mean to win an All-Star for a Kilkenny man?
Well, of course, the All-Ireland title is the biggest thing of all, and that's what you strive to do at the start of the year. But you know, this to be nominated and selected as an All-Star means you're one of the very best players of the year. So it's a huge achievement, and many, you know, one team has won an All-Ireland this year, and yet there's 4 or 5 teams represented on the All-Star. So just because you haven't won an All-Ireland, you are rewarded for the effort that you put in. And of course, many fellas are not rewarded, but you know, it's a huge achievement.
Very quick question. No truth, you're coming out of retirement, no?
I wish there was, all right, Martin. We'd all love to be still playing, but unfortunately not.
Well, we're glad to have you here. There are 3 nominees for Young Hurler of the Year: Owen Galway, Niall Burke, Galway, and Danny Sutcliffe, Dublin. And the GAA Young Hurler of the Year is Galway's Johnny Cohen.
A year with so much went right for the 21-year-old teacher from St. Bridget's in Loughrea. A year of so many proud memories. Young Hurler of the Year, Johnny Cohen from Galway.
Well done, Johnny.
Thank you very much.
Talk to me about this year. It was some journey under the new manager, Anthony Cunningham. Did you think when he took over that you were going to make it to the All-Ireland final?
Well, I suppose he took on an awful lot of the youth from the under-21 team from last year, so we really had a lot of learning to do, and we took the points that they took from us, you know, and we've a lot of learning to do yet, so hopefully we will take on the points, and you know, we might be able to push on next year.
So it's 2013, are you sending out a signal that Galway are going to be back?
Well, we've a lot to learn yet now. We learned from the Masters anyway, so we know we're thereabouts anyway.
Well done, Johnny Cohen, and getting to All-Ireland Young Hurler of the Year as well. Well done, Johnny. And Joe Canning, Galway. I wonder who's it going to be. The GAA GPA Hurler of the Year is one of hurling's greats, Kilkenny's Henry Shefflin.
It's the third time Henry has won Player of the Year. To go with the 9 All-Ireland medals, 11 All-Stars, he's come back time and again from injury. He's a most worthy winner. Hurler of the Year, Henry Shefflin.
Well, tonight has been a wonderful night of